All right, thank you so much. Well, there's an old saying that birds of the same feather flock together. But eagles do not mingle with chickens. Has any one of you seen an eagle play with chickens? I don't think so. Because eagles can be found one at a time, flying at their own altitudes. And this is a characteristic that makes eagles unique birds. Our Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. Good afternoon to all of you. Well, I know that we are celebrating the 98th anniversary of the Toastmasters International, and other than nourishing ourselves with public speaking, confidence, and leadership skills, we also would like to remember to take care of our health, because health is wealth. There will be no bright festivities if we are ill. So the same is true as a person like me who is so active in the community, being part of a number of different organizations, maybe 4 or 5 from Toastmasters alone. And considering that that is not yet enough, I indulge myself into different other organizations, socio-civic in nature, political, not really, but cultural and professional. One of the organizations that I have been involved in recently are related to animals. Can you guess what animal it is?
Eagle.
Animal protection.
Chickens. Of course, eagles. And I know that we still remember, for those who have listened to the speech of Toastmaster Harris a few days ago, that he told us about his involvement in the Philippine Eagles. Well, mine is somewhat related because I am also a brother of Toastmaster Harris in the same fraternal organization. Nevertheless, I was also part of another organization with an eagle in its name, and it's so-called the Overseas Filipino Workers Mighty Eagles. Maintain an impressive good habit as a team. Yes to Mighty Eagles. So that's what the mighty word stands for. Well, what are the characteristics of an eagle? Toastmaster Harris, I know that you are an eagle. So what makes an eagle a unique bird other than what I have mentioned earlier?
It stands alone, soaring high in the sky.
Exactly. So for those who do not know, eagles are the only birds who, when faced with storm, fly higher above the storm in order to be safe. Whereas everyone else, all of the animal kingdom, are there soaked wet in the floods. Well, I would like us to be like the eagles. When faced with adversities, let us all not be burdened by all of this pouring rain, but instead, let's go above it, overcome it, and develop ourselves as an eagle, as a leader who seeks to achieve the objectives of what we stand for. And that's what we are all learning here, not only in Toastmasters, but in all the other organizations that we involve in. So the OFW Mighty Eagles, as I have mentioned earlier, is one of those organizations that I've been involved in for the past 2 years. Founded 5 years ago, they have just celebrated its 5th anniversary this year. Now, this organization is a diverse group having people working in the salon or beauty parlors mostly, but also all other people of different backgrounds or professions are taking part in the noble cause, and that is to help the others who are in need. This year, in celebration of the 5th anniversary, we have come up with a project called the Dinner for a Cause. So we try to plan an event wherein we can raise more funds in order to help certain beneficiaries. So we have come up with one school in the Philippines that needs help because they have already gone back to the face-to-face sessions, and also 2 other members of the organization who are distressed and are in need of financial support. So we planned this event, held it in an esteraja, which is a function hall for weddings, and we have formulated a formal fantasy event wherein everyone dressed up to the occasion. Well, for those of you who are friends of mine in the Facebook and other social media platforms, you might have seen that I have this costume designed like an eagle. Because as an eagle, we should be leaders with visions, focused on our goals. And that is to help those people who are in need. So in as much as we would like to enjoy the moment, discoing, partying, and eating, we would also like to take into consideration that this festivity is for a noble cause. And that is to help those who are in need, to extend a helping hand, not only to those people around us here in the Eastern region, but way back to our motherland, the Philippines. So the Mighty Eagles are strong enough as a group and as an individual member. We try our best in order to live by the goals, the vision, and the mission that the organization stands for. And now, 1 month later, I have seen how the group has helped those beneficiaries that we are designed to have these funds raised for, and still seeing some more beneficiaries that we would like to help in the coming days. As an Eagle, we would like to be those strong people who would lead our members to the achievement of our goals. And I would like to share a few of the photos that I had for you to have an idea of what this event has been all about. So we have here some of the members who dressed up, and here I am in my eagle costume, along with the president and other officers in the venue where some new members took oath as members of the Mighty Eagles team. Our event was also graced by a number of community leaders and members who are believing in our advocacy, and also members of the Filipino Overseas Labor Employment. Let us remember that even if we are alone, we are not weak. And I want all of you to take the lead and be the head of an eagle and fly high and encourage everyone to do the same. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Wow! Thank you so much to the Mighty Eagles. Thank you so much for sharing that wonderful story of yours, Toastmaster Ricky. And indeed, it was such a nourishing speech. I found a lot of things that can be of help to us, and I reserve the evaluation to your evaluator for sure. She will have a great time evaluating you. Thank you so much for that wonderful speech. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to Toastmaster Ricky Tradian. Our next speaker, for us to know more about her project, let me introduce on our virtual stage her evaluator. Her evaluator is none other than distinguished Toastmaster Amor de la Cruz.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, our Toastmaster of the day. The next speaker is going to deliver her level 5 speech 1 of the high leadership or high performance leadership, or HPL. This is actually taken from the motivational strategies. She is to speak for 5 to 7 minutes, and her title is Kabayan 2022. Good luck to my speaker, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, DTM Amor. Our speaker number 2 to give us her nourishing story to help us within this afternoon's Health is Wealth. Please help me welcome speaker number 2, Toastmaster Rosemary Hernandez. Kalayaan 2022. Kalayaan 2022. Toastmaster Rosemary Hernandez, speaker number 2.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harris. as you will all know that Kalayaan 2022 was already finished last 30 June, last 12 June 2022. But I'm going to give my first speech for this HPL when how we organize the event of Kalayaan 2022. Filipino Club Bahrain is the recognized active organization in Bahrain. And as a vice president, I handle the program of the Kalayaan 2022. And the 124th Independence Day theme is Rising to the Challenge of a New Tomorrow. And with this theme, we have a team to hold the program. And our vision is to provide an entertainment to overseas Filipino workers in the Kingdom of Bahrain, and at the same time commemorating of Bahrain of the past and modern day heroes. And we have our committee. As yours truly is the head, I have the assistant committee head, which is Dennis Doresa, and our stage director, Ian Quinn, and our IT and sound system is Miss Ruth Jacinto, and our FC Core coordinator, my daughter, Rema Joy Hernandez. With this committee, we had our brainstorming. We discussed what are we going to have with this program for Kalayaan 2022 to give our kababayan here in Bahrain the festivity of the event. So with all the different suggestions we have, we then decided to have these three. We will have the regional festival, Filipino Club Got Talent, and we will get stars from the PFC, which is the Stars of Darna. Why regional festival? Well, because festivals are expressive way to celebrate glorious heritage, culture, and traditions. So we decided to have the Ati-Atihan, Dinagyang, Panagbenga, and Sinulog. With all the Filipino Club Core Group, we give them the assignment of who will go for Ati-Atihan, for the Dinagyang, for the Panagbenga, and the Sinulog. And they organize their group and they have their practice. And of course, we will give them the prize during the event. And for the champion, we have the $250 and for the runners up, we have 150 for the first runner up and $100 for the second runner up. And then we have the FC Got Talent, because we want to showcase the Philippine talents, because we are good in singing, dancing, and also in acting. So how we will do the elimination? We ask the Philippines dance crew to hold and receive the videos of the participants, giving them the 1 minute to 2 minutes video, and they will have to choose the top 3 entries, which will be performing on that event. And we have received 11 entries in this Got Talent. Then we chose the Darna lead stars to come over here in Bahrain, which is Joshua Garcia and Jane De Leon. Why Darna lead stars? Because they are the modern day heroes. They portray the embodiment of Filipino traits of empathy and compassion, like our past heroes. So with all this, we had these posters. We give them to, from May, we already, release these posters to all the social media platforms to invite our kababayans to celebrate the Kalayaan 2022. And with that, we had it in Bahrain Cultural Hall with 600 seats that we have to cover up. So because of that, we have to sell tickets for this event. So we sell 5 dinar for the normal seats, and for the VIP, we sell 10 dinar, so that we will have the funding to pay the stars and also to give the prizes for all the winners in the Got Talent and also in the regional participants. And with this idea, I will stop sharing. We know that we will be delivering the 124th Independence Day of the Philippines with the theme Rise Towards the Challenge of a New Beginning. The theme that emphasizes the recovery and the rise of the country to problems of the past years, particularly the recent one, which is pandemic. The Filipino Club Bahrain aims to bring Kalayaan 2022, the celebration with an amazing festivity. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster. Madam Toastmaster Rosemary Hernandez. I never knew that you are one of the collaborators or the organizers of that successful event. I was following it and I was so envious because Jane was there and I wasn't able to see her, or even I saw the photos. I really saw all of the photos in social media, and I never knew that it it was a series of events. Only now that you mentioned that there are other events part of this magnificent festivities. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rosemary, for sharing your high performance leadership program or activity. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to our Toastmaster Rosemary Hernandez. When was the last time that you went to your doctor for a checkup? When was the last time that you drank or that you have taken medications that will alleviate your current conditions or or to uplift your health? All this stuff are readily available to us, specifically people who are working in the Middle East. Why? Because most of us have our very own medical insurances. Take use or make use of these medical insurances. It is not just a card inside your wallet. Take a visit. Arrange a visit with your doctor right now. Specifically, as you age, your cells are deteriorating, and definitely supplements are of a must. And I know that we have a member who is so staunchly involved with such supplements that will help us even better our health. And later on, we can have our talk to him after our festivities. But for this section, before I call our timer, may I ask our vote counter, Toastmaster Maricette Morales, for some words about her role for this evening, for this afternoon. Toastmaster Maricette.
Good afternoon again. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. And again, good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. Just to remind everyone that in this meeting or every meeting of of Wika Toastmasters Club, we are not only choosing the best table topic commentator, the best speaker, and the best evaluator. Please note that you also need to look at how the functionaries like the timer, the accounter, and the grammarian have done their roles, because you are going to choose who is the best among the best. And also for the best role player, we have to choose between or among the Toastmaster of the day, the table topics master, and the general evaluator. So aside, of course, from what I have mentioned, best table topics commentator, and the best evaluator, and of course the best speaker. So you need to look at everyone, how they are performing, so that we will be able to choose the best of the best. So back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much. Oh, I didn't know that we have other positions to be voted upon later on. Thank you so much for that clarification, Toastmaster Mariset. And later on, she'll be giving us a link for us to vote. Who do you think is the best speaker of the night or of the afternoon? At this juncture, may I ask our timer, Toastmaster Ken from the Philippines, to please give us who are qualified to be voted as best speaker. Toastmaster Ken.
Good evening again. So both speakers are qualified for the votation for the best speaker. So speaker one has a time frame of 7 minutes and 28 seconds. And for speaker two, Toastmaster Rosemary, consume a time of 6 minutes and 45 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ken. Now let the slugfest begin. Who do you think is the best speaker? Kindly write it down, and later on, kindly vote who do you think is the best speaker between Toastmaster Rosemary and Toastmaster Ricardo. At this juncture, let us all enjoy a moment of spontaneity. Let us enjoy the festivities that come from impromptu speaking, unprepared speeches. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with glee and candor to present to you our next segment host. Our next segment host is a distinguished Toastmaster, a great competitor, a great coach, and a mentor, and now our table topics master. Please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster RD Flores.
Thank you for that generous introduction, Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Harris. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. It's an honor to be your table topic master tonight. Health is wealth. In one of the local beauty pageants in the Philippines, that was 2018, one of the finalists was asked of this question: is physical health as important as mental health? Why or why not? Fellow Toastmasters, if I would be asked that question, I would say that mental health is more important than physical health, if not as equally important as physical health. Why? Because mental health is like, it's coming from the mind. Mind is your CPU. Imagine if your CPU crashed, your whole system of your laptop or whatever equipment that you're using will bug down and you cannot use it. It all starts in the mind. And so, fellow Toastmasters, just like what Buddha said, what we think we become. And how can we utilize our mental health if we are not taking care of it? So it all starts in the mind, the power of mind. And today, Table Topics is about improving 4 vital communication skills. That is listening, thinking, organizing, and delivering. And I intentionally did not prepare any slides for you to visually look at because I want you to listen and listen carefully. Because contest season entails us to listen to the contest chair. There's nothing to see on the screen of a visual to interpret. It's about our listening skills. And today we're going to train ourselves to improve our improvisation arts and thinking on our feet. A while ago, our timer already have explained, Toastmaster Ken, about the timing mechanisms of all our sessions. And including in that is the table topic session. Fellow Toastmasters, what comes to mind when we talk about mental health? Anyone?
Depression.
I will answer. Yes, it's about suicidal thoughts. And when we speak about suicidal thoughts, it's not about, I want to die right away. there are a lot of statements mentioned in the mental awareness sessions that a person who says this is saying a red flag. It's a red flag that we need to address or we need to assist. I have 5 statements that I'd like you to answer based on your experience. Whatever pattern that you may think of as experienced Toastmasters, be it prep, press, prem, IDA, or SMG, wherever pattern you feel comfortable with to answer that statement, please feel free to do so. Let me call on a volunteer. Who would like to volunteer for the first statement? I see the eyes of Toastmaster Kate, and those eyes are beautifully sparkling. Toastmaster Kate, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, DTMRD.
Suicidal thoughts are just, I want to die. They're also about, there's no future I want to live in. I will repeat. Suicidal thoughts aren't just, I want to die. They're also about, there's no future I want to live in. Toastmaster Kate.
Good afternoon, my fellow Toastmasters. When you think of a future that you don't have any hope anymore, it's like living a world that you're already dead. It isn't about you taking the suicidal acts, but the mere fact that you have loosened your hope already. You have already given up your life. So it's like I want to share with you my experience with my sister when we were just in high school. My sister has a suicidal tendency, and I was lying side by her when she took a tablet for the lungs. So she almost lost her life. He was only about 16 at that time. So seeing person giving up her life for nothing is like losing everything, every opportunity that you will have in your future. So my fellow Toastmasters, never lose hope, never give up. And if ever there will be somebody who will be talking to you or giving you some signs that they have some suicidal tendencies, make sure that you will be giving her your time at the moment that she speaks about it. So my fellow Toastmasters, never lose hope, and back to you, DTMRD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kate. Thank you for the hope that you've given to your sibling. It really means a lot to that person because without hope, there's no light, and he could not see the path towards the future. Thank you very much. And I would like to call on another Toastmaster. Dun, 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 dun. Toastmaster Marisette. Toastmaster Marisette, here's your statement. Suicidal thoughts aren't just, I want to die. They're also about, no one cares if I'm alive. I will repeat, suicidal thoughts aren't just, I want to die. They're also about, no one cares if I'm alive. Toastmaster Morissette.
Table topics master, fellow Toastmasters. What will you do if you see someone, a young girl, about to jump on a fence from a first floor building? I have seen, and I have actually rescued that girl. Well, in the beginning, I didn't know, I didn't see her. It was just like one boy in my class, because it was a mirror, and he keeps on saying, Miss C, Miss C. And I didn't want to see it. I told him, Hassan, keep quiet, sit down. Then he was insisting and telling me, Miss C, Miss C. So I tried to look at, and I saw one girl already on the other side of the fence from a first floor building. So I ran towards her and knocked on the door of some of the classes and asked help. The principal of the school was down and she was just shouting while I was pulling the girl with another teacher helping me. What I know about this girl is that she is an artist. She loves art. And she has even made an exhibit in the school. But at the back of my mind, I think, are artists like that? Do they have suicidal tendencies? Maybe I felt that this girl has no intention to really jump. Maybe she just wants an attention. Maybe she doesn't get attention from her family and she doesn't get attention from some of her classmates because it seems that she is like a loner. But that gave me an instant or an idea that all of us needs to be given attention. If you did not give attention to others, of course, we all need attention. So let us not let other people jump or attempt to jump on a building just for the sake to get attention. Give attention to everyone. And that's all what we need. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Mom said, thank you for being the savior that you are and
It's
for
a
being
real
attentive.
experience. Yes.
Yes, I agree. I couldn't agree more. Thank you, Mom Reset, for sharing that personal story. Moving forward, I'd like to call on our timer. Will somebody time for Toastmaster Ken while he's answering this topic, please? Mom Reset. Okay, Ken, are you ready?
Yeah.
Ready. Okay, Ken. Suicidal thoughts aren't just I want to die. They're also about I feel trapped and I need a way out. Suicidal thoughts aren't just about I want to die. It's also I feel trapped and I need a way out. Toastmaster Ken.
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster. So I want to share you a story of mine. Like when I was in elementary, my both of my parents are working in the capital of the Philippines. So me and my brother are living in my tita's house, and we are boarding a room, a single room, just for both of us. So I was in fifth grade back then, and my younger brother is in, I guess, second grade too. And I am so pressured and I don't know what to do. So this really one of the darkest time of my life. Like I don't know what to do and I don't have the parents beside me to share all the things that I am feeling that day. And I see this tiny rope and try to strangle my neck. And that time I didn't even know the word suicide. And after I feel the pain of in my neck, my younger brother just hugged me and we cried. We both cried that day. And then I stopped and I realized that suicide is not a, it's not just only does not happen um in the older stage of our life or in the to the adults. It can also happen to young people who experience loneliness and also some kind of abuse from other people. And I think as early as an elementary student, as early as that age, we should learn, or we should introduce the word suicide or mental health to the younger generation to um to to hinder that kind of thought, that kind of experience. So from that from that experience up to going to high school, I bring that experience with me. And sometimes when I feel, or when I thought of doing that again, I now have a um like a checkpoint to remind myself that it's just a problem, and um that's not and problem is not there forever. It's just a phase of your life. And then from after you survive that phase of your life, you will now be transposed into a better version of yourself. And that kind of suicidal thought is just a single spot, or just a dust that, you know, um, enter your eyes, that you can clean with the help, especially of the people who loves you. That's all. Thank you.
And that story brought tears in my eyes because I could relate. I also felt like taking your own life is a way of getting out of the trap, but that's not true. And had that attempt became successful, we are not here in Toastmasters. And one thing to assure you that you have a family in Toastmasters. These are not just a networking group of people who wants to learn or educate. These are family. These are friends who become eventually family. So reach out and text them. Manage to communicate with your vice president for education. Philip is a good friend. I can attest to that because when we were in JFTC, he's always there to listen. He's one guy that you can run to. Last one, I'd like to call on Toastmaster Alfred. Alfred. Yes, Alfred. And this is my statement to you. Suicidal thoughts aren't just, I want to die. They're also, I need a break from relieving trauma. I will repeat, suicidal thoughts aren't just, I want to die. They're also, I need a break from relieving trauma. Toastmaster Alfred.
Thank you, Toastmaster RD. Most of you, maybe moviegoers, have watched already the Shawshank Redemption. It was a story of a murder, and he was incarcerated of the offense he did not do. Fellow Toastmasters, going or being incarcerated will traumatize anyone who doesn't have a evil mind. The actor there was incarcerated because he was framed up by anybody else more influential in that community. And what he did, he planned his escape with the help of a friend. Trauma is a big illness or experience for a person who is not of an evil mind. If you are traumatized, as if the world is already against you, the world is you'll make your shoulders fall. And because of hope, that escape, he planned escape, and he was lucky. And his motto was, keep busy living or keep busy dying. Fellow Toastmasters, there is always hope, as somebody said.
And don't just rely on what you are at present. There is always hope if you believe in. Thank you, Toastmaster Hardy.
Toastmaster Alfred, what I will not forget about your statement is keep busy living or keep busy dying. The Shawshank Redemption. Thank you, Toastmaster Alfred, for reinstating the importance of hope. Fellow Toastmasters, that ends the table topic session. But before I leave, I want to share with you this important message that we live in a world where life is fast paced. We even forget to listen to our inner voices. We are so busy with the things going around us. Meditation. We call it, some people call it
We're missing you, MRD.
to remind. Am I okay now? Yes. I would just like to remind you that we should always be available for people who would need our help. And in Toastmasters, just like what I said earlier, we're not just professional speakers, but we are friends who eventually become family members. That all embrace our those because fellow Toastmasters,
I think we already.
with that, thank you, and back to you, Table Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much. I know that even if we had some technical difficulties, I know that the message was sent across very clearly. Now, thank you so much for that wonderful table topics. It is mind-boggling and indeed a delight to hear such stories. I know that we can get a lot of lessons from those stories. Now, thank you so much, TTMRD, for facilitating the table topic session. Now, at this juncture, may I ask our timer who are qualified to be voted as best table topics speaker? Toastmaster Ken.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Harris. So speaker 1, and speaker 2, and speaker 4 for our votes are all qualified, and also speaker 3 are all qualified for the votation for the best table
Alright.
speaker.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ken. Kindly reserve your vote later on as for our poll, and kindly vote who do you think is the best table topic speaker amongst Toastmaster Kate, Toastmaster Mariset, Toastmaster Ken, and Toastmaster Alfred. All right, at this juncture, let us further nourish our hearts, our minds, and of course, our Toastmaster journey using the constructive feedback coming from our general evaluator. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Toastmaster Philip Joseph Cos.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, most especially to our Toastmaster of the night. So we are now at the third portion of our meeting, which is the evaluation, which will help nourish our speakers in both prepared speech and table topics. So we will begin first with the evaluation of the prepared speakers. The first evaluator, she will evaluate our first speaker, TM Ricky, for his speech. May I call on Madam Toastmaster Mariset Morales?
Thank you so much,
Yeah, Mariset.
Mr. General Evaluator. Once again, good afternoon or good evening in Philippines, fellow Toastmasters. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Mighty Eagles. So actually, when I heard the title, I thought he will be talking about something not about an organization. I thought it is something about like relating the life or an experience with eagles. But I could sense that it is actually related to that. Actually, I love the first part of the speech of Toastmaster Ricky by giving a famous quote, a very famous, and we could say, we always hear that quote. And I feel that it sets the mood of the topic or the mood of the speech. I am so happy also to hear or to see that you have involved the audience by giving them or by asking them some questions. So it will make the speech more, shall we say, more audience oriented, as since you are also talking about how you involve or how the OFW are involved in this organization. And also, I love your smile. Always smiling, of course, with clear pronunciation, and just felt that the speech was a bit more of informational, though you were able to add humor on that. At some point, I would like to give some suggestions. I feel that there should be more of gestures, I could feel, and more voice variety. I could see that you are looking at the camera for eye contact, but I am not so sure if you are looking at some points on some notes also, because like at some points your eyes is coming out of the camera. But overall, I would say that you could see or you were able, I myself, you were able to encourage me or to be part of, even though I am not a part of this organization, that to help other people and being like an eagle is actually would be the best way that we can do to help others. Other than that, I would love, or I really love the clear pronunciation and the smile you gave while you are delivering your speech, the audience participation, and by the way, not to forget, by showing pictures, you were able to make the speech clear and you were able to explain it and support it with evidences. And of course, just a few suggestions on voice variety and more gestures. I hope that you have actually have done or you have actually able to come up with or to reach the level of the first speech, the first attempt. By the second speech, I know that you have done it better this time. Thank you so much and for giving us a wonderful speech. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Mariset. That was very keen observation for our first speaker. And I believe you've raised very good points and the thing that he should be improving on. And I'd like to add some kind of appreciation. Toastmaster Ricky is a master of props. So what I see with Toastmaster Ricky is his speech was multidimensional. He used both the PowerPoint he used pictures as well as the props, which is very effective in capturing the audience because it's a sure real eagle. uh, uh, I appreciate Toastmaster Ricky, and I'd like all the members to at least emulate such prowess in terms of using props. Very, uh, I would say, very natural. Thank you. Now, we will go to the second evaluator to evaluate the second speech. Sorry, the second speaker. May I call on Madam Toastmaster Amor de la Cruz to evaluate our second speaker, Madam Toastmaster Rosemary. TM Amor.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Timer. Please don't time me yet, because I want to share with you the purpose of the project is for the member to apply her leadership and planning knowledge to develop a project plan, organize a guidance committee, and implement the plan with the help of others. Okay, now timer. I'm sorry, I forgot to share that with you earlier. Anyway, timer, now you can time me. What a title! Kalayaan 2022. The title itself sounds so patriotic or nationalistic. It sounds so Filipino, so Wika, Toastmaster Club-like. Congratulations, DTM to be Rosemary Hernandez for sharing with us that Kalayaan 2022 project and for sharing with us the Kalayaan 2022 project by sharing your speech to us today, as if we were also there and witnessing the project itself. You're content, TM Rosemary. I really like the way you profoundly shared with us what transpired during that festivity, Kalayaan 2022. You included the workforce in your presentation. So we get to know the people who were working with you during that time. You also exhaustively presented what happened during those 3 major events. What an innovation, what an innovative idea, which you put into reality in that particular festivity. You wrapped up your presentation with a beautiful conclusion, encapsulating all the 3 main events into one mighty Kalayaan 2022 festivity. I keep on repeating the word festivity because this is something that we don't do every day. In fact, we have to wait for 2022 before this thing finally happens. And it finally happened, courtesy of the leadership of Toastmaster Rosemary Hernandez. I also like the way you use visual aids as a roadmap in bringing us to where we're supposed to go. And we enjoyed listening to you. Truly a heartwarming speech, warming up the hearts of the Filipino like you and me, warming up the Wika Toastmasters Club. There is only one, as they say, there's always something that we can recommend, or there is always room for improvement in our presentation. And I felt that you have to have applied the so-called vocal variety. You should have played with your voice because you are presenting to us not an ordinary event, but an extraordinary one. Therefore, there should be a lot of passion. There should be a lot of you should have played with your voice. To sum up, I really enjoyed listening to you, and I hope that you come up with another innovative festivity in the future. Over to you, Toastmaster, the General Evaluator.
Thank you, Madam DTM Amor, for that very lively evaluation. So indeed, you pointed a very precise phrases and rooms for improvement to our second speaker. And I just want to second your observation, which the conclusion highlighted to the Kalayaan 2022 event. And in as part of a recommendation, rather than writing words in the visual aid, I would suggest to use pictures because I think you vividly describe it in words that, for example, you invited Joshua or Jane in the event, perhaps a picture of those uh, actresses or those actors and actresses that were present in that event would embellish the presentation. But all in all, it was a very informative speech. We appreciate the event based on the report that you've shown us. So that concludes our evaluation portion for our prepared speaker. Now we will go to the table topics evaluator. Point of order. Uh, Tim Harris.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Tim Harris.
All right. To our general evaluator, we don't have any evaluators for our table topics commentators. We can now proceed with our meeting leaders report.
Okay, sorry for that. So before I go to the technical evaluation, may I call on our timers, our timer for tonight to report the time of our evaluators.
Hello, good evening again. So here's the report for the time occurred by the evaluators. So for the first evaluator, um, he has um, occurred or has a time frame of 3 minutes and 27 seconds. And for the second evaluator, she has a time frame of 3 minutes and 19 seconds. So both are qualified for the votation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ken. I believe both are qualified, so please cast your votes on on the two evaluators for tonight. Now, I will be calling now the leaders who supporting me in conducting the technical evaluation for this event. To begin with, may I call on our grammarian, Toastmaster Alfred.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator. Fellow Toastmasters, as our theme for tonight, this afternoon, health is well. So much so with our meeting because it's bestowed with so much vigor and health-giving words being used in our speeches. And to start with, first, I heard a extraordinary word, which is, I think, my first time to hear the word candor. And for those who have used our word of the day, Toastmaster Harris, he used it 5 times. Toastmaster Ricky, 2 times. Toastmaster Rosemary, 2 times. And DTM Amor, 4 times. And for the notable words and phrases, firstly, from Toastmaster Ricky, he mentioned birds of the same feather flock together. Second one is not to be burdened with the pouring rain. And number 3 is even we are alone, we are not weak. Second one is from Toastmaster RD. He said that what we think is what we become. Quote from a Buddha. And also Toastmaster Kate, he mentioned never lose hope, never give up. Also, from Toastmaster Morissette, he mentioned give attention to everyone. And that's all. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alfred. Mm, now, may I call on our accounter to please report the process and the asks that were incurred during the meeting.
Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator. For our counter report, I have noted the following scratch and filler words. From TM Alfred, he repeated the word Yule. And for TM Ken, 3 2 so, and repeated the words from that and that, and one you know. From TM Mariset, two so, and repeated the word two once. And for TM Philip, I have noted 12 repeated the words for, on, and to once. And for TM Harris, repeated the word that can be. So that's all for today, and back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much to our accounter. So before I call on the vote counter, I'll just give my evaluation summary for our meeting for tonight. So first, I'd like to commend the Toastmaster of the night for a very smooth sailing program. I believe he was able to orchestrate properly the meeting, and we've heard a lot of interesting stories as part of his sharing. I'd like also to commend Toastmaster Ardi for conducting a very interesting and timely table topics. Questions or statements. The mental health is a concern not only not only during COVID, but I believe every day. So we have to be aware of being mindful, and I believe the his last statement reverberated in my mind that we have to listen to our inner voices, and it will guide us to not to lose our ways. So congratulations, Toastmaster RD, for bringing us a thought-provoking topic for tonight. I'd like also to commend the prepared speakers. It was an excellent presentation. They had prepared well. I've witnessed a quality speech, and kudos to the speakers. And lastly, to the assignees, I'd like to commend for its support. I believe the roles had been done properly, and I believe the objective of the assignment had been met for this meeting. Now, as part of an additional nourishment for Wika, here are my recommendations for tonight's meeting, which, well, if applied or taken into consideration, perhaps the next meetings will be great. First is I observed that during the evaluation, I think one evaluator had forgotten to mention the objective of the prepared speaker. So I believe it's it's part of the evaluator to mention that in the start of any speech, so as for the audience to know what will be their takeaways and uh, try to understand what the project is all about, especially also the time that will be used for that speech. Second, I would like to recommend to mention uh, the changes if there are prior to starting the meeting, because well, we some of us may, especially assignees, may enter late in the meeting, and we may not be able to capture the changes. So if we mention that in the actual proceeding, it will help us fully have the picture of of who will take the assignees, so who will take the assignments rather. So all in all, the meeting was very lively, and it was not possible because it was not possible if not for the good performance of our speakers for tonight, as well as the excellent support from the assignees. So thank you to Toastmaster Aris for inviting me, and it's really my pleasure to evaluate this wonderful club. So before I hand over the virtual lectern to our Toastmaster of the night, may I call on the vote counter to please announce the winners. So DM Alfred again.
Toastmaster Philip, point of order. We're going to announce the winners. Our president will call for the meeting winners.
Okay.
The president will call for the meeting.
Okay. So therefore, I return the virtual lectern to our Toastmaster of the night. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what's happening to my Bluetooth device. My Bluetooth device already failed. Hence, now I am holding my phone near my mouth, and even my headset, it's not working. Anyways, we still have a lot of options, and we are going to proceed and pursue with our meeting for this evening. Our key takeaways is that mental health is equally important as physical health. And every day, we are going through such a lot of things in our minds that I would like to suggest to each and every one of us to be kind to our brothers and sisters, to be kind to one and all, because we don't know what they are going through. We don't know if they have some problems with their family, with their husbands, with their wives, with their children, with their bosses. We don't know this stuff. So as you deal with people around you, deal with kindness. Always think that probably the person has something to do with his family. Maybe he is thinking of other stuff. That's why his behavior or her behavior is like that. This is your Toastmaster of the day, asking each and every one of us to be kind and to ensure that we take care of our health. It's not just about our family, our goals in life, our vision and mission in life, but I think the first and foremost that we need to take care of is our health so that we can do whatever we want in life, so that we can run free on this earth, living all the festivities that life may offer to us. This has been your Toastmaster of the day, bidding adieu and good night and returning the control of the virtual lectern to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Rosemary Jimenez.
Thank you very much to our Toastmaster of the day. I think he deserves a big round of applause from each and every one of us because he has really done
A good job.
A good job. This afternoon will not be amazing if not because of the magnificent people on the screen who attended this meeting. I'm very thankful and grateful to Toastmaster Harris for inviting you all to be in this meeting as functionaries and at the same time as our guests. And Wika Toastmasters Club is really, I'm very grateful for all of you, especially it is an important day for all of us for celebrating the 98th anniversary of Toastmaster. I know that you are all busy, but you take time this afternoon to be with us. Thank you very much, and I hope that you will still continue supporting Wika Toastmaster Club, and we are waiting for your application to be member of our club, and I'm sure our VP membership will be contacting you to join us in our Wika Toastmaster. You will be an asset. You will be an added value more than, because with Toastmaster Ricky, Toastmaster RD, Toastmaster Harris, DTM Amor, and Toastmaster Marites, and our Toastmaster Jeffrey, who's just not around, with all these people and you being with us, I think Wika Toastmaster will be reaching the Toastmaster International Public Speaking. Because you are all eloquent speakers and you all been sharing, good, not just sharing on something. There's a value or there's a content that we really learned. And today I learned a lot from all of you. I've realized that there is really hope in everything. Because sometimes, as I mentioned earlier, I'm I think I'm suffering from like a mental, health from the last weeks because of what I've been experiencing. I'm trying to be strong. The people shows me as a strong person, but they don't see what's inside me. That's what this Toastmaster artist said. Within me, inside me, they don't know what's happening. But I'm portraying to be a strong person as I am to other people. But deep inside me, I'm crushed. I am, how do you call it? I don't want to cry, but but receiving messages from each one of you, like Toastmaster Harris for being a good BP membership of PBB and the rest. This I see inspiration from them, Toastmaster Ricky, and I know that there is really hope. That's why we have to share inspiration to others. And even if they're not asking, please send them a message. Yes, Ditya Mama.
Thank you so much, our dear President. In my capacity as the VP membership, I really invite you to be a part of Wika Toastmasters because you are serving a lot of people if you be a part of the Wika Toastmasters. This is not, as you all know, it's not only an ordinary Toastmasters club. We are trying to preserve our culture here, our Filipino culture, which slowly is dying every day. Therefore, as nationalistic Filipinos, we have to do something about it. And one way to answer that is by joining the Wika Toastmasters, so we can propagate the language. Also, I am terribly sorry, DTM to be Rosemary, because I am most of the time in what do you call that, an excommunicado state, because you see, I'm taking up my doctoral program and I wanted to finish this one. So I'm so busy with all the papers, all this stuff. But and also I just want a piece of advice. That's part of the leadership positions, miss. If you're a leader, you will encounter all these kind of things that you're experiencing right now. So just remember that it's only a stage. That too will pass. And I think I have said what I'm supposed to say, and over to you, our president.
Thank you, DTM Amor. And I just read one morning that keeps me hope. There's a saying from John Green. He says, there is hope even when your brain tells you there isn't.
Yes, that's a good thing.
Yeah. So are you ready to know who are the winners for this afternoon? Our BP Education, both master. Is
Madam
this
President,
I
can I
have to
just
give
have
you
to share the
screen
screen?
sharing.
Yes, please.
Yes, I will.
You can just give me the you can just click the security, miss. Security, so I can share the screen.
Okay, who is it? Okay, our best functionary for the 16th meeting of Wika Toastmaster Club is Toastmaster Ken Milan, our timer. Congratulations, Toastmaster Ken. Our best role player for this afternoon is Toastmaster Harris Asidera. Thank you for our Toastmaster of the day for being well prepared. And our best in table topics is Toastmaster Kate Magat. Congratulations, Toastmaster Kate. Our best evaluator, Toastmaster Mariset. Congratulations, Toastmaster Mariset. And our best speaker, the Eagle Man, Toastmaster Ricardo Chidian. Congratulations, Toastmaster Ricky. Congratulations to all the winners. And thank you very much for attending our meeting. And just before I close, because I think our general evaluator missed my slide because he missed the beautiful Jane De Leon and Joshua. So he said that there's a picture. But you know, I want to share with you that I shared.
Yeah,
Maybe
they
he
were
went.
side by side.
Maybe he
They were
went
side
for a break. That's why I did not see the slide. But I show the beautiful faces of the two stars here. Just
Yeah.
maybe you just missed it. Anyway, thank you for your constructive feedback for this afternoon, and we will do the changes and we will improve our club, and obviously with all the members and also the coming members, I know that Wika will be one day excellently holding meeting like the other clubs. This is our 16th meeting and it's been a fruitful afternoon. We learn from each other. Please do take care of yourself. Do take care of the others as well. As Toastmaster Harry said, be kind. Don't just be kind, be good to others. Let us be good to others so that, you know, maybe the one beside you needs your smile only. So smile also. Don't be don't, you know, that smile is not that expensive, right? So give it to other people also, your beautiful smile, because you are beautiful people. 16th meeting of Wika Toastmaster Club is now adjourned. God bless you all.
Yay! Thank you so much, everyone.
Mhm.
And can you stay on your
Thank you,
camera?
everyone. Thank you,
Toastmaster
you.
Philip,
Toastmaster
Thank you for
Kate,
Toastmaster Audrey,
Toastmaster
coming.
Ken,
can you turn on your
Thank you
camera?
Toastmaster
very much
Philip,
po. Congrats.
Oh.
Toastmaster Alfred, thank you.
Right,
Toastmaster
ready?
Arnie.
Taking the screenshot. I'll be taking the screenshot now. 3, 2, 3, 2, 1.
1 minute. Toastmaster Philip is on picture only.
Yes, I
Can you
think
show your...
a while ago he's on a call. I think somebody called him. That's why he
okay.
turned his camera. Anyways, if you can hear me, Toastmaster Philip, ready? Okay, labas ang pangmais in 3, 2, 1. Ayan, kasalanan mo to, TMRD. Pinaiyak mo si Madam Rosemary.
Sorry naman. Sorry.
Yan na,
No,
yan,
no.
ayan, lahat na
By
tayo.
heart.
I
Thank you
love
so
you
much,
all.
Ruby.
Ingat kayo
I
lahat.
love you.
And picture
Love
tayo
you.
lahat.
TMRD,
God
kailan ka namin
bless.
makikita dito sa Bahrain?
Malapit
TMRD.
na, ma'am. Malapit na. Malapit
Inshallah.
pupunta ako dyan. Kasama ko si Ricky. Tsaka si Haris.
Sige
Punta kayo
ah.
dito, punta kayo dito sa 28. Merong Lost Paradise,
meron, ma'am?
no? Enjoy the beach, the
Next week po.
The
Next
sea.
week.
Lost
Oh, may
Paradise.
conference
yes.
kami. Tita,
May
conference.
Conference
Oo
kami,
nga.
tita.
Ano na lang
Sige,
tayo
sige.
sa
Haris,
first
po kay
week
Ricky.
ng
Tsaka kay
November.
Haris.
Sa papal
11
visit.
November, Pope Francis will be here. 11
Ay,
November.
Sana si Pope
11
at si Mother
November?
Teresa nandiyan.
Stop po yung
Yeah.
recording, ma'am. Stop po yung recording.